Hello.
Hello.
You all right, love?
Yeah, it's not bad. Well, considering. I mean, here we are. It's been a crazy old week, crazy old few weeks, hasn't it?
I don't know, love, has it?
Well,
You're talking to someone who just sort of checks the headlines in the morning and then gets on with his day. I don't watch the news, I'm afraid.
Yes, I'm sure you're aware that there's been a bit of a hoo-ha going on.
Yes, over
a bit of trouble at mill.
Indeed,
yes.
yeah.
Someone's been Putin the bootin'.
Ooh, very good.
Say.
Nice.
Putin it about.
Yeah.
You might say he's Putin on the blitz.
Very good, Will.
Yeah, it's not that. They're throwaways, Dave. There's no need to overpraise them.
Sorry, well, I was trying to fucking big you up.
Damn them with overpraise.
I was trying to help you.
We used to say Putin. I'm sure it used to be Vladimir Putin. But now but in recent years it's become Putin. I mean, for about the last 10 years.
Putin.
I assume because that's nearer to the Russian pronunciation, which it seems to be when you hear people.
What's Putang?
Putang?
Wasn't that a thing at some point? In my Putang. Does that mean vagina?
I think it means vagina, yeah.
Does it? Should we look
there's Punani.
Oh, yeah.
Poontang.
Did I tell you about that when I was doing fucking whore, apparently? Oh,
whore?
No, Putang.
No, Poontang, I think.
Poontang.
P-O-O-N.
Female genitals, yeah.
Don't know what it comes with. Punani.
I was doing an online lesson with one of the tutors at the place at which I work. And...
what, you were teaching the tutor?
No. But we were group teaching.
The
this
two
is
of
during
you.
this is during COVID.
I see.
And we were doing some sort of rhyming task, something like that. And I set them the task of finishing the line, "My heart is as cold as," and they had to finish it. And then it was like in an online sort of forum, so all their answers could be seen, but anonymously.
Oh dear.
So we had a few like your mum and various other things. And then one of them was my punani. And the chap who I work with went, in front of all the kids, "Oh, my punani. That's some sort of Caribbean cake, isn't it?" And I went, "No, it isn't."
How old were the kids?
17, 18. So,
right.
But, I mean, I did spend the next 10 minutes just crying with laughter. It doesn't sound very funny, but it was just...
In context.
I can imagine context is all. My punani. I mean...
I'm still thinking about cold as your mum.
Right.
What does that
I think I might have got it wrong.
Your mum's not very passionate.
Yeah.
Your mum's cold. I mean, surely, when I was at school, the insults were more about your mum's a prostitute.
Yeah, your mum's a slag.
Your mum's like an oil rig permanently on pump.
No, I heard that one.
There was one that was quite...
The ship's bike. I've heard
popular.
that.
The ship's bike?
Yeah.
No, I've heard of the town or village bike.
Well, no, the ship's bike.
Why do you have a bike on a ship?
Well, quite. But everyone's had a ride because it's the only thing to ride on. Because they're on a ship. It makes more sense than the town or the village. There's other places to go.
Well, no, I mean, but the town or village bike surely is...
It makes sense.
Again, everyone's had a go.
But the ship's bike, I think, is more evocative, isn't it?
Well, no, to me, it just raises the question of why would you take up valuable space on an ocean-going vessel?
It's a fucking metaphor, man.
What? Yes, but metaphor. You could say, she was the ship's jellyfish.
Well, that doesn't make any sense, does it?
Oh, the jellyfish, because everyone has a bit. Well,
what?
It's a metaphor, Dave. It doesn't have to be.
Well,
my point is, metaphors have to make some sort of sense.
Which it does.
Oh, really? Having a bike on a ship, unless it's some bloody luxury cruise liner,
the idea
where you can go riding about
fucking hell,
when it's got 5 decks.
It doesn't have to be that literal,
and
does
you've
it?
got
the idea is that don't pull that fucking camp outraged face at me, you bastard.
Oh, I see. You're the man who tells us how literal metaphors are allowed.
It makes more sense, doesn't it?
What does?
Ship's bike. Because they're trapped, and that's the only thing available to ride on.
But what if it's a ship? I mean, that's pretty big. There's other things they can do.
But they can't ride them, can they, you dick? Which is the point, isn't it?
They can scrub the deck, for one thing.
Well, that's not the same as shagging someone, is it? That's not a word we use for sleeping with someone. Scrub.
No, hang on.
Did you scrub her?
Hang
Did
on.
she scrub your cock? No.
Hang on, the ship's bike.
Is everyone's had a ride? Everyone's been on it.
Yeah, but that implies a bicycle on a ship.
No, it implies some woman who's a slag or man who's a slag, doesn't it?
Because they're on a ship.
No, it's got nothing to do with the ship, has it?
Yeah, well, you seem to mix the metaphorical with the literal situation referred to.
Idiot.
Now, where were we?
You were there. I was here.
Yeah,
Always funny, no matter how many times I say it.
Putin. Yes,
Putin putting his pants on.
Rootin' tootin' Putin.
Yeah.
I think it's fair enough to make fun of his name.
Yeah, he's an arsehole.
Although all the it sounds like a sort of a metal chamber pot, doesn't it?
It does.
The Putin.
The Putin, yeah, very good. I've not thought of it like that.
The Putin.
Yeah, they used to have them in the Victorian period.
Well, I assume they had them in all periods before built-in plumbing.
No, it wouldn't have been made of tin, would it?
Well, a poor person's seat of relief might have
been a Putin.
Might have been made of tin.
Yeah, it might have been. Yeah,
I don't know when they're generally made of china.
Chamber pots. Yeah.
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 The lavatory. It's the whole history of apparently the saying about getting the wrong end of the stick.
Oh right.
Comes from public loos in the olden pre
toilet paper
times.
Yeah, you wipe it with a stick like you do in some other countries, I think, in the world still.
You
have a cloth on the end of a stick and you put it up your arse.
But yes, it's sponge or cloth on the end of a stick, soaked in vinegar. It stood in a butt of vinegar. Well, yes, but I mean for germ elimination.
Well, maybe, yeah.
I mean, they didn't know why, but they thought, apparently, if you
can't just have shit on it.
I know it stings a bit, but it's a bit, and probably possibly gets rid of the smell quite effectively.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
I believe.
Well, it must be.
If you've cooked smelly fish,
alkaline or something, or it's acidic, isn't it?
Vinegar.
Yeah.
Oh, acidic, my dear. Yes.
I know. I said that.
You said alkaline first.
You're such a cock today.
Today. But, mind you, wouldn't it be awful to... Because then you might associate the smell of vinegar with shit and piss, because that would what you'd normally smell it in combination with.
Yeah.
And then...
You don't want that on your chips.
You don't know on the delight of your fish and chips. Ooh, that would be awful.
Oof, it would, well, yes.
And why do we... Yes. As for salt... Oh, the history of salt, my dear. Well, do you know that's where the word salary comes from?
No.
Salary,
because to get paid in salt.
Because people used to get paid, yes, in salt.
Ah, right.
Hence, to be worth your salt.
Ah,
any builder worth his salt.
Oh, I see.
Should be.
Why the fuck were you paid in salt? What were you going to do with salt?
I think it was used in currency, as in some places, or when people were paid in kind. Because, I mean, in the days before refrigeration, it was damn useful stuff for preserving food.
Right, yeah. Okay.
Preserving food, and you'd...
you don't get fucking paid in it, though, do you? You'd never buy any food.
Well, but when it was more of a barter economy.
Oh, I see.
When I think we're going back sort of...
Quite a long time.
Yeah, more than 500 years.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah, a lot longer than that.
And then there's testament.
What?
And the relation, and testimony and testify, they're all connected with... Testicles, yeah.
Why is that?
And I believe, I think it's the idea of, you were swearing, you're the most solemn or sacred oath for a man was, I swear by
my testicles.
If I am lying, then may my testicles be cut off.
Rent from my body.
And I believe... Yes, when giving testimony, I think this might go back to ancient Rome. When giving an oath, rather than putting your hand on the Bible, you'd clasp your
bollocks.
Scrotal sack and say, I testify, or I say in court. You'd be...
Do you know where the word genuine comes from?
Genus. Original, something like that.
It's to do with your knee. When you genuflect.
Genuflect and Le Genou de Claire.
If you say so.
Or Claire's Knee.
Right.
The film by the great, the wonderful, the sublime... Eric...
Unforgettable.
Eric Romer.
Yeah, I switched off.
A film called Claire's Knee.
Yeah, thrilling. In Roman times...
It's about a middle-aged man's obsessions with a beautiful young woman's
knee. To show
knee.
that one of your children was legitimate, you would place them upon your knee in some sort of court setting, I believe.
Oh, yeah, well, it's easier than a DNA test on the Jeremy Kyle show, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
Oh, come on, sit on my knee. There we go.
Yeah.
The knee never lies.
But that's genuine, yeah, so
Genuine.
On the knee, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you got your stand-up routine for us?
Oh, this stand-up
Are we building
routine.
up to that?
Well, look, I know you...
Talking to the mic, you dickhead.
I'm talking into the mic. I know you want me to do stand-up.
I do, yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
No,
but now
tenterhooks.
Look, there's this taglines. You know, in novels, in books.
I do.
Usually, let's say paperback editions.
Yep.
I don't know if they still do it. I mean, you might often get a sort of puff quote from, especially from a famous person.
Yeah.
Like a new novel by...
Exhilarating Andy McNabb or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An absolute cracker, Jonathan Ross. I read it till I screamed. Graham Norton.
Timothy Leary. Okay, right. Yeah.
Who's Timothy Leary?
Didn't he introduce LSD and stuff?
Oh, yeah, that bloke, yeah.
I don't know.
I forgot to take hallucinogenic drugs while I was reading it. It's that good.
Yeah.
Timothy Leary.
So a little puff piece, yeah.
Our aim, like the aim of any new group that wants to change society, is to change the way people think. Because I don't know how it's going in your country, but over here in America, it's an insane asylum. The American people are totally hung up on power, on repression, on work. It's an insane asylum here. So, lots of people come to hear me speak when I give talks out here. It's not because I'm that clever. It's not because I have anything really very much to communicate. It's just that they gave me the good lines in the show.
Who's that?
Turn on, tune in, drop out.
Is that Timothy Leary?
That's my impression of Timothy Leary.
Is that what he sounds like? I've never heard him. He sounds a bit like your impression of Peter Lorre.
Well, there is a little bit of that. He does have that some kind of high voice. It's an insane asylum here. Yes, novels. They're paperback novels. Mm-hmm. The fashion for the tagline seems to have gone out. A bit like the fashion for...
What does it? Do they not have them on books anymore?
Well, it's more usually I don't know, do they?
I don't know.
It's awful. I don't know.
I think maybe they do.
Is it? Let's have... I think it's more likely to be a quote from celeb.
Right.
Celebrity quote. So you might. So they published. In the mid 20th century, you might be surprised at some of these taglines that were used.
How are we doing this? Are you going to give me the tagline and I have to guess what the book is?
Yeah, because what I'm going to do, I'm going to mix in some that you definitely won't know. With ones that you'll know the book, but you might necessarily know that this is to do. I think might be one to. I think we might be able to sell this one to. I don't know, Waddingtons or the BBC or something.
Yeah, Endemol or whatever.
Endemol? Isn't that a disease? Or a medicine?
I think it's a production company. Hat-Trick. Let's sell it to Hat-Trick.
Hat-Trick. No, Endemol, I think I've heard of it.
No, didn't they produce Big Brother, maybe?
Oh, quite possibly.
Right, let's
It's
go.
like a mole. That is quite a common ending for drug names, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Paracetamol.
Yeah. Cocodamol.
Cocodamol.
Fuck me. Come on, hit me with it.
I can't think of any more.
No. Very common.
Heterodecimal. No.
Yeah.
No. Right. Okay. Can you name this one?
Okay.
Her twisted passion drove her to evil deeds as she sought pleasure in the arms of women.
Right, so this isn't a novel that I know. This is some lesbian thing.
Well, you seem to have made up your mind very quickly.
Yeah. Are some of these going to be lesbian fiction that you've read or are interested in?
Not necessarily.
All right, I'll make up a name. Muff Diva. That's my suggested title for this.
No. Oh, this is what I was... Yes. No, that was a lesbian
Great.
porn. Actually, I'm sure I wrote these down. You can edit this bit out.
Great. Look forward to that. Have we not got any of this, mate?
Here we are.
Okay.
She only listened to the demands of the flesh.
Is this another pornographic lesbian title?
What is it with you? You hear a female pronoun, something reference to flesh, and immediately you think, ooh, lesbian porn. Not that there's anything wrong with lesbian porn.
Right, okay.
I'm a big fan of it.
I'm going to suggest it is one of your Cadbury novels.
Ah, by George Macbeth.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No.
What was it?
Well, I'll give you a clue. It's French.
Oh.
It's by a great French novelist.
Jesus.
Of the 19th, early 20th century.
Trying to think of any French novelists that I know.
Oh,
is it Madame Bovary?
No.
Am I getting warm?
Well, it's in the right general... Well, you're in the right country in the right century. if that's what you mean.
I don't know if I know any other bloody... Flaubert, he was a French novelist.
Yeah, you wrote Madame Bovary.
Sorry.
Yes.
No, I don't know.
That's Thérèse Raquin.
Never heard of it.
That's the novel by Zola.
Never heard of it.
Émile Zola.
Never heard of it.
Not to be confused with Zola Bud.
Yeah, go on.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Romance, adventure, the thrilling exploits of an undercover agent.
Ooh. Right, so that's probably a Bond book. So let's say...
I'm neither confirming nor denying.
Let's say Goldfinger. Is it an Ian Fleming? No. Romance, adventure. Give me an idea of when it was written.
19th century, definitely.
Ooh. Oh, God. Oh, is it Conrad? Is it The Secret Agent? No.
Romance, adventure, the thrilling exploits of an undercover agent.
They didn't really have spy novels, did they? Until the very end of the 19th century?
Well, not the modern... I can give you a clue. Now, how...
The Scarlet Pimpernel.
Yeah.
Is it that?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Baroness Orgsy.
Orgsy, yeah. That's one. Chalk it up.
Yeah. Terrifying shocker of a world dominated by teenage gangs.
Ooh. And that's a book.
These are all books.
Okay. Teenage
Could be a film as well.
Oh, is it Clockwork Orange?
Nearly.
Ooh.
Yes, it's a Clockwork Orange.
Oh, fucking hell.
Well, all right.
You know what I meant, you dick.
Yes. By...
Burgess. Anthony Burgess.
You get extra points.
Can you stop looking at me in this professorial, I'm your teacher kind of way? Go on.
I didn't know I was.
Yeah.
Right, here we are. This unusual book may shock you, will make you laugh, and may break your heart, but you will never forget it.
Ooh.
This unusual book may shock you, will make you laugh, and may break your heart, but you will never forget it.
Now, there was that book about a bloke who rolled a dice to decide on the rest of his life or whatever. What's that called? Dice something. Man? Dice something. Is it that?
The
Dice
Man.
Dice Man. Is it that?
No.
Ah, fuck. Okay.
Do you want a clue?
Yes,
I
please.
think you're going to need one. It's American.
Right. The fucking thingy. Catcher in the Rye.
Yes. The Catcher in the Rye.
Sorry, article man.
The Catcher in Rye.
Okay.
By...
J.D. Salinger. Don't nod at me. Like,
I
well
see.
done, my boy. You have done well today. No punishment for you tonight.
Come on, we got more.
Okay, go.
Explosive epic of the Beat Generation.
Oh, On the Road. Jack Kerouac.
Well done. The classic novel of a woman who made a career of harlotry and repentance.
Oh, God. Is this one I'm going to know?
Well, depends how well read you are.
Harlotry and repentance. Is it that Mole Flanders? Is it her?
Yes. Are you?
Is it?
Yes.
I have read stuff, you know.
Yeah, it is. Well done.
Fuck off.
By...
Oh. Yeah. It's not Defoe, is it? Is it?
It is Mr. Defoe.
Daniel
yes.
Defoe.
Daniel
Right.
Defoe.
All right, okay. I love that you think I can't possibly know these.
I don't. I don't know where you're getting that impression from.
Right, go on.
A brilliant novel. Sorry, that was a little... A brilliant novel of an unforgettable wife.
Oh, an unforgettable wife. Is this like Jackie Collins or something?
Like Jackie Collins? No, it's not really in the same sort of...
No, it's not a Jilly Cooper effort.
No.
Okay. A brilliant novel of an unforgettable wife. I don't know. Don't know, love. Clue?
It was made into a film, black and white, 1940s.
Rebecca.
Indeed.
Daphne du Maurier.
Well done.
Thank you.
Murder shouldn't be fun, but Sandra was luscious enough to eat, and Hugo's ideas about what to do with her were rather different.
That's a long strap line, isn't it? Is this a lesbian one? It's called Scissors for Dinner.
Earth, do you mean? But it's...
Have I heard of it?
You might have. Well, probably not.
Go on.
It's called What a Body! Exclamation mark. That's the title.
Christ.
By Alan Green.
Never heard of it. Or him.
A brilliant and cynical story of the woman who flouted the moral laws of her day.
Is it Far from the Madding Crowd?
No.
Okay. Give me a clue.
It's French.
Fucking hell. More French.
19th century.
It's not Madame Bovary.
It is.
Is it?
By...
Flaubert. Gustave.
Gustave Flaubert. Well done.
Thanks, love.
Chuck Merrick, Private Eye, and the girl with the .32 gun and the 36-inch chest.
George Macbeth.
No.
Cadbury's World.
Nope.
I don't know. Give me a clue. Am I going to get it?
Unlikely.
Oh, fucking hell, you cock tease. Go on then.
It's the tagline for Girl in a Jam by James Savage.
Girl in a jam.
Girl in a Jam.
Boy in a preserve. Go on.
Well, why not?
I ate a jam sandwich at school and someone came up to me and went, "Ooh, a period sandwich."
Oh, yeah.
Have I told you this? And I didn't know what they meant. I thought they meant like an old sandwich.
Like period drama.
Yeah. Period sandwich.
Well, that was great fun.
Wasn't
I'd like
it?
To,
I'll be cutting most of that.
I'd like to say thank you for the suggestion for the not a deliberate suggestion. I mean, it was suggested. I got the idea. I took the idea from. Well, no, I didn't entirely steal. Well, from Sapphic Underground.
What's that?
She's a YouTube channel. She's a YouTube channel. She's a YouTuber.
Right.
She does stuff, and she had found some of these. She did a piece, a show.
How did you find that?
How did I find it?
Yeah.
Well, I've been following her for about 2 years.
Have you? Bastard. You need to stop that. She's got a restraining order out. Don't forget.
Yeah, so great sapphic undergrad. She does reviews of, I mean, like the latest series of Gentleman Jack. That's fairly obvious. And but Bridgerton and other things, and sort of things that are in the news about, well, mainly about lesbian.
Why do you follow that?
Because I quite like her.
You're not a lesbian.
Well spotted, David.
You don't even like girls.
But I remember the TV advert. Well, not so much the TV advert. The TV trailer wasn't much of a trailer. All it was, you just had a close up of this bloke's face, and then he pulled down this sort of visor, which was black, and then it just the picture froze on this figure with the black visor, and then the deep voice, the man with the very deep voice, said, "The Exterminator. Certificate X." And that was it.
Wow.
Not even a da-da-da.
Not even one of those. Oh. What would the tagline be to, the Jessup story, let's call it?
What's that?
The
story of my life.
Yeah, what would the tagline be?
Nothing doing.
Nice. Not doing nothing.
Doing nothing. No, but nothing doing as in...
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
Oh.
Well, as in, nothing doing. I can't do. It won't happen. He was gonna.
Yeah.
He was gonna paint me out.
He was gonna finish his novel one day, but he hasn't. He nearly finished it.
Yes.
What about the Culling Chronicles? What would be the tagline there? Well.
No.
Go on.
No, that's no.
Go on. What are you going to say?
You're tempting me to.
I'm be horrible. Yeah.
To cruelty.
Go on.
I don't know, the music, board games, and pizza.
Wow, what a fucking story. That's a page turner, isn't it?
No, but if you look up these sort of like pan editions, pan books, pan paperbacks. Like, for example, I remember my dad telling me about it, and then I actually saw the book that he was telling me about in a second-hand bookshop on Charing Cross Road. Okay. I think it's called Henry Pord's Books, and it was in the...
We're shilling for them now.
And it was in the... I'm not sure if they're still there. Saturday Night and Sunday Morning.
Oh, right.
You may be aware of the film.
Yes, you've quoted it to me on numerous occasions.
The Nun.
I've never seen it, but I feel like I know every fucking line from it.
I don't think it's every line.
There's a lot of them.
Possibly the one about...
I'm a fighting pit prop.
Mum called me barmy when I've told her I fell off a gasometer for a bet, but I'm not barmy. I'm a fighting pit prop that wants a pint of beer, that's me. But if any knowing bastard says that's me, I'll tell him I'm a dynamite dealer waiting to blow the factory to kingdom come. Whatever anybody says I am, that's what I'm not, because they don't know a bloody thing about me. Pause. He gazes at his reflection in mirror. God knows what I am.
Nice.
But Saturday Night, Sunday Morning was held at the time, and subsequently indeed, to be more authentic.
Yeah, no one talks like that.
Like what?
I'm a fighting pit prop that wants a beer. No, they don't. No one says that.
Well, he's on his own at the time. So reflecting on...
Do you suddenly talk in poetry when you're at home?
I wouldn't call that
poetry.
You know what I mean,
like sort of purple prose.
I think he's probably meant to be quoting, partly quoting things he's read in books. And, he's a young lad. He's only about 18, 19.
Even more reason for him not to be fucking going, I'm a fighting pit prop.
But,
whatever
probably...
people say I am, that's what I'm not.
Yeah, but, he's probably picked it up from the films, from the... even bad books in them days had some good writing in them.
Ah.
They did.
Ah.
They did, lad. And, he might have gone to see films. He probably had to do... he probably had to see Shakespeare at the cinema for school and things like that. But, and he might have said, I knew just how that bloody Richard III felt. He were a right good on him. I thought it were right awful at the end when that great wuss with the golden hair did him.
Yeah.
He were a
slightly buckled pit prop.
Yeah, aye.
Aye.
with his own sword, and he looked good on that horse.
Yeah.
And right at the end, when he's thrashing about in his death agony, I remember thinking, well, who'd you rather be, him flailing about in death agony, or that great ponce on horse? Probably great ponce on horse, actually, at that stage at film, because he's the future Henry the Seventh, who's going to have a Henry the Eighth. And
I'd quite like to hear this person, perhaps reviewing some other Shakespearean classics. What does he make of Hamlet?
Hamlet. I liked Hamlet. I like them grave diggers. They knew what was what. You know what I reckon? I reckon they knew he were the prince, the king. I reckon they were only pretending they didn't recognise him because he were in disguise. They thought, we'll tell yon lad, yon king, yon prince with his fancy white hair and his lovely Ophelia and his all this wandering around with poetry. We'll tell him a bit of what life's really about, eh? Look at this skull, lad. That skull that you've kissed where those lips hung, and now makes you want to vomit, don't it? Don't it just? Look at him. He's taken skull and having a soliloquy over it. There's more soliloquies where that come from, lad. He thrusts his spade grimly into the earth.
Oh, okay, wow, okay. Romeo and Juliet. What does whoever this person is?
Oh, I don't know.
Albert Finney in Saturday Night, Sunday Morning. What does he make it? Romeo and Juliet. A couple of Jesses.
Romeo and Juliet. Unconvincing.
Yeah? Why?
I thought. Even at that age, you don't fall out of love with one lass and into love with another one that quick. Not in 24 hours. I don't care about the fucking unities, Duck. Unities be damned if basic.
What's that other bird called? I can't remember her fucking name.
Oh, I don't know. Paris?
No,
Parisia?
Paris is the bloke who's trying to fucking marry Juliet.
Paris ain't a bloke.
Yes, it is.
Paris sounds like a girl's name.
Well,
all place names a girl's name. What about Florence? What about India? What about Cyprus?
I've never heard that.
What about Paris Hilton? She's no bloke.
She's named after two places.
What?
Bloody capital of France and a bloody hotel.
No, the hotel was that was her name, wasn't it?
All right.
Her granddad or great granddad or whatever founded it or built it. Or
what was her bloody name? Rosalind. Who was he in before?
No, Paris. Paris Hilton. She might have another name.
Fucking Paris Hilton. In Romeo and Juliet.
You're obsessed.
In
Paris bloody Hilton.
Romeo and Juliet.
Oh, Romeo and Juliet.
Rosalind,
Rosaline, I don't know. The one he fancies first of all.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair enough, but you don't go straight from that to you might go straight from that to a wild sexual obsession.
Right.
But not from a deep emotional
Well, it obviously weren't that
love.
deep, were it? And then he thought he had the real thing, and then suddenly he did have the real thing.
Yeah, but how did he know he had the real thing? They'd only been together.
Well, because, bloody her hand, whatever, hangs on her like an Ethiop's ear or whatever.
I know, racist and all. Proud of yourself, Romeo. You take a walk of shame, lad.
Yeah.
You get with the multicultural programme, or you'll have me to deal with. I know it was sad, but,
Macbeth?
Aye. Well, society were against him from start, wasn't it? They said, no, you can't be king.
Well, no, they didn't say that.
You're only common.
The witches told him he could be. He weren't common, he were a lord.
Well, yeah, but he weren't.
He
weren't posh enough to be king, were they? No.
Well, he could have been.
You're only good enough to be a prince or a thane or whatever. No, you can stay down there, my laddo. You're not fit to kiss boots or wiped arse of king, which is a very highly prestigious job, I'll have you know. Aye, but there was rotten times. He knew what it were like, though. We've all done one thing, known it were bad, and then thought, well, fuck it, I'll do another slightly worse thing. All right.
Yeah.
All
like
right.
killing your mate.
Well, Yeah. You buy a, I don't know. You get overchanged in shop, and you don't tell them. even though you've noticed it at time. So next time you're in that shop and you ain't got quite enough for second Mars bar, you pilfer it while old blind Mr. Fruit is behind the counter, bent over because he gets the rheumatism cruel bad. And in them glasses that look like bottle tops, or bottle bottoms rather, because bottle tops tend to be opaque, don't they? But he's there, crouched over in his dressing gown.
Old man
through it. And you think, well, he overchanged me last time. He might underchange me this time. What does it matter? If that were theft, then theft is what I'm doing, and a thief is what I am. Before you know it, you've snaffled second Mars bar.
Oh. You're a fighting pit prop.
And then you kill.
Wants a Mars bar.
And then you kill your mate. Because you've committed petty crime and still crime. There's no petty about that. And when you have to face his mam in court, across the courtroom, weeping, widow's weeds, that she had to sell her youngest daughter to buy just so she could look good at the hanging. You look across at her and you say, "Aye, I did wrong. I did wrong by you. But what about that Hitler, eh? And that Churchill? Not to mention Stalin and Mao. What about Nelson? What about Napoleon? They killed more than I did, and yet some of them have lovely paintings done of them. And what about Jack the Ripper? They never even found out who he was, but he's some sort of hero. Well, maybe they'll make films about me one day. The fighting pit prop that killed his mate. And it'll be a sort of postmodern gothic horror. Anyway, I hope they get that Albert Finney to play me. He's the only one who could bring it off, I reckon. Yes, when I said, "Do you have anything to say before sentences pass?" I had considered something a little pithier, a little shorter, something more along the lines of, "No, my lad," or "I'm sorry, my lad." That would have done, however. Your rambling, self-aggrandizing attempts at courtroom immortality did at least allow me to take a brief lavatory break. Has sentence been passed? Wait till after the appeal or something. Well,
what's going in?
That's the end of this week's episode of Rough Justice. And let's not forget, there's 2 words in that title. Only one of them is justice. Bam, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, would you welcome to the stage? Are you ready?
Are you going to put on sort of like effects of?
Yeah, I can.
Like echoey effects afterwards.
Yeah.
So that
silence.
And and people, the occasional whistle or murmur in the crowd.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah.
And sound of lots of people laughing, not just you.
Okay.
Not just you.
I'll be at the forefront, but yeah.
Hang
okay.
on, let me. You might want to pause.
No.
You might want to pause for a moment.
Okay.
I'm just getting my writing. Well,
are you ready? Are you going to do this on the fucking day?
Well, it's probably a night. It's probably an evening performance.
You know what I mean?
I do. Well, you got to be pretty ruthless.
Oh, kill your
shitting arses.
You're just throwing tea all over yourself. You're right.
And over your.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, live from the Comedy Club Derby, please put your hands together for the one, the only, there'll never be another, Mr. William Jessup.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You'll notice I'm not calling you ladies. No. Sorry. Cut. Scrap that.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, live from the...
I think you better start that again, because when you on your first syllable I was still...
Fuck me. And now, ladies and gentlemen, live from the Comedy Club Derby, we bring you the one, the only, there'll never be another, Mr. Will Jessup.
Good evening, everybody. All right, we'll do it again. Yes, I failed to articulate the D consonant.
I'm enjoying it already.
Good afternoon.
Right, you ready? You ready? Ladies and gentlemen.
So I didn't read. Right,
all right,
doing that.
Here we go.
Yeah.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, live from the Comedy Club Derby, we bring you the one, the only, there'll never be another, Mr. Will Jessup.
Good evening, everybody. You'll notice that I'm not calling you ladies and gentlemen. You know what you are. No, that's not original. That was actually a line of Max Miller's. Max Miller, one of my predecessors in this high and noble calling. High and noble? What do I mean? I'm not a brain surgeon, am I? High and noble? I don't know. Max Miller was high and noble. He was, I don't know anything about it. Well, I know a bit about it. Actually, I probably know more than the average person knows about him, because I have spent a few hours, I suppose, on YouTube watching his routines and watching documentaries on him, and I've read a book, or most of it, about him by John M. East. Very interesting man. He was an associate in some way of David Sullivan, who founded the Sunday Sport and the Daily Sport. But anyway, Max Miller, and anyway, it was the calling. I was calling high and noble, wasn't it? Not the human vessel in which the calling is manifested on earth. In any case, no, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not calling you that because, in all seriousness, it's not my business. It's not my right, indeed, to impose genders on you, or to impose social status on you, or to impose judgments about your sexual habits and practices. And calling someone lady or gentleman does imply things about those things, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Think about it. Do some work for yourselves. I'm not here to entertain you. I'm only joking, of course. Of course I'm here to entertain you. You know, when I first said that I was going to be a comedian, they all said that it was a bad idea because I'm quite emotionally fragile and I might not be able to handle the personal devastation of a bad gig. And they were right. But anyway, here goes. I was walking along the street the other day. Last week it was. I was walking along the street, and there was this bloke, stark naked, walking along the street, stark naked, except for a pair of trainers. So I said to him, "Hey, what are you doing, walking along the street, stark naked, except for a pair of trainers?" And he said, "I'm a nudist." And I said, "Oh, right." And he said, "Well, yeah, is that your only? Does that answer your question? I mean, it's really, I'm a nudist." And I said, but why are you wearing trainers then if you're a nudist? And he said, "Well, that's in case if I step in something nasty, sharp stone, nail, broken glass or something could, break the skin, get infected. Could be nasty, so that's just for practical usage." And I said, "Oh yeah, is it also so that if someone tries to arrest you for indecent exposure, you can run off easily?" And he said, no, that's irrelevant. It's nothing to do with it. No. So I walked on, and I saw this bloke. There was this bloke lying on his side in the fetal position on the pavement, moaning softly. So I said to him, "You all right? You injured? What's up?" And he said, "Oh no, I'm depressed. I'm completely depressed. There's no hope. I can't see any way out of my problems. I just want to end it all." And I said, "Well, if things are that bad, then why don't you kill yourself?" And he said, "Well, things might get better." Anyway, so I walked on, and then I saw this I saw this old lady, very well dressed old lady, but she was lying on the ground, looked unconscious or something more serious. And there was this girl, this teenage girl, kneeling down next to her, going through her handbag. Going through her handbag she was, sort of picking out, jewellery and stuff, money, and there was a purse and all that. And I said to this girl, here, what are you doing? What are you doing? Have you? And she said, oh, nothing. She had a heart attack or something. I phoned an ambulance. It's on the way. Be here in a minute or well, I don't know where else, but it's going to be here quick. That's why I can't spend much time talking. I said, well, what are you doing? You're robbing her? And she said, yeah. Well, I mean, she's obviously quite wealthy. I'm in quite serious financial straits at the moment. So I'm not going to take everything. I'm not going to take her cards. Just cash. There's quite a bit of cash in here. So I'll take one of her cards or something. I might get something with that. And I said, hang on. I think that's a Hermes handbag. I mean, I don't know a great deal about these things, but I'm pretty sure that's a Hermes handbag. They're worth several £1,000s. So why don't you just while you're going through them, why don't you just nick that? And she said, well, I've got some morals. So there you are, all in one day. That was within a few streets. All on one walk. All that amazing variety of human oddity. But there we are. It's lovely to be here, ladies and gentlemen. What do you mean, get on with it? I am getting on with it. This is it. What do you mean, get off your crap? Oh, I see you're a heckler. We have a heckler with us, ladies and gentlemen. I'm getting heckled. Well, there we are. All stand-up comedians get heckled, don't they? Do they? Not just me? Yeah, they do. They must. Yeah, they must do. It's not just me. And my unique badness, is it? Self-esteem boosting man who lives in my chest? He's still there. Steamy, as I call him. So, I'm being heckled, as all stand-up comedians inevitably are, nothing to be afraid of. I can handle this. I've got my heckler put-downs all at the ready. Yeah, I was like that the first time I went to a comedy gig. Hey? Yeah. God lost a good mouth when he put teeth in that. Open your mouth a bit wider, mate. We'll all be able to hear you. Okay. No, I'm just going to ignore you. I'm not going to engage with you. I'm not even going to acknowledge your existence. I'm going to ignore the fact that you've got the whole audience agreeing with you and laughing along with you and chanting off, and loudly planning to attack me in the street afterwards and strip me naked and leave me helpless and naked in the street. As punishment for my presumption in thinking I'm funny enough to get up here and entertain you for a few minutes. Yes, you may have done that, Mr. Heckler, which I have to agree is a pretty good night's work for a heckler, quite a good heckling gig, but it's all in an evening's work for a stand-up comedian. And it doesn't really hurt, it doesn't really damage my self-esteem because I've still got my little friend Steamy. Steamy, where have you gone? Oh, you've gone and joined the heckler and joined in with the chanting and the planning to leave me helpless and naked and stranded. Okay, Steamy, I can't say I won't miss you. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I can't say it's not been a pleasure. I just did. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, I'd like you all, if you would, to close your eyes, let your hands rest at your sides if you're standing up, or in your lap if you're sitting down. Try and relax all your muscles, breathe slowly and deeply. Thank you, good night.
Well, there you go, folks. That was Will Jessup. Next.
I mean, it can be, if you have trouble sleeping, as I'm sure people who listen to this don't, well, it can be quite a fun way to pass the time on a long journey, say, if you haven't, I don't know, if the internet connection's failed by some ghastly turn of events, you haven't got any reading matter with you.
You've run out of data.
Or it's dark. It's just dark and you're on a coach and the lights are, or something, it's just not, you can't read for some reason.
Yeah, I get it.
And you're, this is a game you could play with yourself. Think of a I don't know, a famous a literary classic,
Right. Okay.
and try and think of a
strapline.
or a film voiceover, a cinema voiceover
Okay.
with very deep voice,
Okay.
man,
All right.
like
Do you want me to-
David Copperfield.
All right. Yeah.
David Copperfield. He grew up in difficult circumstances. Dun, 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 dun,
Is that it?
There'd be music playing,
music,
obviously.
right, okay.
You have to imagine
Yeah.
the
Shall I do the music and you do the voiceover?
There needs to be snatches of dialogue as well.
I'll turn the volume down when you start doing bits of
Okay.
dialogue. Ready? Dum, 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 dum,
A boy who didn't know what love really was.
dum, 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 dum,
If you've never seen anyone make scrambled eggs, how do you know how to turn an egg into a delicious meal of scrambled eggs? Love is a bit like that. For this boy, his family didn't cook. The people who should have loved and taken care of him didn't. Firmness, my dear, firmness. Then they sent him to school. It will be no use rubbing yourselves. You won't rub out the marks that I shall give you. Then he was sent to work in a warehouse. Hiya, my name's Mick Walker. This here's me friend, Mealy Potatoes. But failure was not an option. He learned shorthand, became a shorthand writer in Parliament, then a novelist, and had quite a happy family life. And his name was David Copperfield. Yeah. No, they probably. I mean, there've been a few films of it. All right, Hamlet.
Okay, right. What sort of music for Hamlet?
Oh, it's very doomy and.
Okay.
Yeah. Hamlet.
We'll start again.
Mm-hmm.
Ready?
Oh, no, I know. I mean, Ulysses.
No one's heard of it.
They've tried to. Well, they should have.
Ready?
They can. Actually, this could be a tagline for Ulysses, or the
Okay.
or
I'm doing it.
or the voiceover.
I'm trying to do it and to make it Irish.
Ulysses. One day, one city, all human life.
Great. Right, what we do now? Hamlet.
I don't know. Yeah, all right. Hamlet. Coming soon.
Coming soon.
In his pants, no. Coming soon. Coming soon at this cinema.
Yeah.
Or feature presentation. Something is rotten in the state of Denmark. Murder. Incest. Madness. Well, no, what that was. No. That was from. I'm sorry, I haven't a clue anyway. Murder, incest, madness. One man, only one man could purify the foul corruption at the heart of the state and of his own family. His name was Hamlet, Prince of Denmark. Use every man after his desert, and who will escape whipping? That is the question.
Very good. I'll go and see that.
Citizen Kane.
That is a film.
I know. So's Hamlet. So's David Copperfield. I don't think
All
the
right.
concept is valid.
What are we doing?
It's a re-release.
What did you say, Citizen Kane?
Well, it's got real music.
What? I'm not doing that, am I?
Well, they've commissioned. They might commission special music.
They've commissioned me
for the
make some.
re-release.
Here I go,
Yeah,
just with my gob. Ready?
Yeah, all right. Citizen Kane. From the man who's possibly better known for the adverts for what he said was probably the best lager in the world, came the film that they said was probably the greatest motion picture ever made. And critical opinion has remained fairly sympathetic to that judgment ever since. Until sometime a decade or so ago, when it was displaced from its usual position at the top of the film critics' list of greatest films of all time by Vertigo. Not even Hitchcock's best film. What do you mean, stick to the script? Be a film critic in your own time. What are you gonna do, fire me? Oh, you are. Okay. His name was Charles Foster Kane. He had it all. And it could never be enough.
Right.
Nearly falling off a high
building.
building.
Well, I think this could work for like a children's book. Think of one that you know well.
Janet and John go to the park.
Let's go. Ready?
His name was John. She was Janet. They went to the park. They didn't play too near the lake, because that can be dangerous if you fall in. They went home and had a lovely tea. Janet and John go to the park. Certificate you.
Love it. It pains us both to say that we don't have either Bliss or Ian on this week. Why is that, Will?
Well, they're in America. Well, it's not just that they're in America, because we obviously the miracles of modern technology.
Yeah, we could have FaceTimed them or something.
But no, they're having a week. It might be a month, but at the moment they're having a week social media free. SMF. It's a thing. It's a bit like a what do they call it? When you cleanse your body.
The detox.
A detox, yeah, a social media detox.
Okay.
So that that includes the humble electric telephone.
Okay.
As well as.
So if I call, she won't answer.
No.
Oh, no. Well, let's give it a whirl anyway.
Well, all right.
Here we go.
Well, it's not really fit. What, are you hoping she might?
Yeah.
Forget and just.
Yeah, pick up.
Sort of Pavlovian reaction.
It's ringing.
Oh, okay.
Hello, this is the voicemail for Bliss McKinley. I'm on a social media detox this week, so please do not try to communicate with me. I love you. Goodbye.
Twat!
What the fuck are you doing? What are you... I'm glad you've amused you. I'm glad you've amused yourself.
I have.
What have you switched it? Ring back and apologise.
No.
Ring her back. I'll apologise.
All right.
No, I'll do it later.
Let's do it now.
I'll explain.
Go on, ready? We're ringing. It's ringing. She's picking up.
No, she isn't.
Well, the voicemail's clicking in. Can you remember what you said? Go on.
Hello, this is the voicemail for Bliss McKinley. We're having a social media detox this week. I love you. Goodbye.
Hi, Bliss. Hope you didn't get. Hope at least you didn't take seriously that last. I didn't know Dave was going to do that. I didn't know it. He's going through a funny time at the moment.
Don't say that. It's not true. Sorry, carry on.
All right. Should we? Hi, Bliss. Sorry, he's going through a difficult time at the moment. I don't know why he did that. It's call it toxic male rage, finding an outlet wherever it will. I hope the whole detox thing is going really well. Give my regards to Ian. Hope you're enjoying the whole, getting out of that swamp of, the Twitter swamp, the Instagram swamp, the whole.
Time up. Well, sorry, ran out of time to leave your message.
That's great, isn't it? What am I get? It's all right, Dave.
Do you want to call her back and carry on rambling and kissing her ass?
Well, if I filled up the tape, there's no, or whatever
tape,
it is. Well, it went beep.
Yeah.
So presumably,
Why-
so that's it.
why-
I've just filled. It was meant to be for emergencies only.
Why have you sold out your mate of 26 years? 5 years?
Who?
Me.
What do you mean
To kiss
sold
her,
you out?
Kiss her ass.
I'm not selling anyone out. I'm just. Why do
Here you are.
You don't ring people up and shout twat.
Well, I do.
especially not someone like Bliss.
Why? She is a twat. And you sold your mate out. I don't know if we'll be back.
Sold.
I don't know if we're going to be back next time because Will and I have fallen out now.
I don't remember money changing hands.
You know what I mean?
What? Just because I'm not having. What should I have done then? What should I have done?
Just left it. She doesn't deserve your apology.
She might have. Well, no, she deserves your apology because you're
All right.
the one who insulted
I'll
her.
phone her.
No, but
No,
we've
no.
used up all that. That was meant to be for
No,
emergencies
that was just
only.
that one message. I'll phone her and we'll leave another message. Right, let's go.
Was it?
It's
How does
ringing.
it? I don't know.
It's ringing.
She's not going to answer it.
Well, it's going to go to voicemail. It's ringing.
Hello, this is the voicemail for Bliss McKinley. We're on a social media detox this week. Thank you. I love you. Goodbye.
Hi, Bliss. I hear you. I see you've changed your voicemail message from the last time I left a message. It's Dave here. I just wanted to say knob. Well, there you go. Fantastic. What would be the tagline for this podcast, Will? I'm still in this northern fella's voice. What would be the tagline of this podcast, Will? Ah, Will.
They had naught to say, and they said it.
Yeah, that sounds about right.